CTV Edmonton, local breaking news with Nariman Isa.
Good evening. It's been nearly a week since our last major snowfall, and some drivers say the city isn't meeting its own standards for clearing streets. A city spokesperson tells CTV road conditions are up to standard, except in cases where extreme weather made scraping to the pavement nearly impossible. Now, the city announced today it will start plowing neighborhood streets on Monday, imposing a Phase 2 parking ban. CTV's Jeremy Thompson reports.
Drivers gingerly come to a stop at this Southside intersection, doing their best to avoid a collision on bare pavement slick with ice. Windrows on this bus route in Cahiwin prove a plow has been by, but snow on the road means it's probably been a while. City policy states Priority 2 bus routes and other roads in the category should be plowed to pavement within 5 days. It last snowed January 2nd.
They're drivable, so that's good enough for me.
I've lived in Edmonton all my life, and it's just, I'm so used to it. Do you know what I'm not expecting anything more, because, the first thing they're going to do is just raise up the property taxes.
The head of the roads department says the full complement of trucks and plows has been clearing streets since early December, battling heavy snow and fluctuating temperatures.
We are delivering on the service levels that are depicted in our snow and ice control policy and procedures and ensuring that we hit those.
So why is there still snow on some roads that city policy states should be scraped to bare pavement?
Regardless of how much equipment you put on a roadway at -30, some snow is going to adhere.
Snowy streets don't only impact drivers. Strollers and wheelchairs struggle in the slop. And good luck getting over the windrow on one side of this crosswalk if you have to roll.
Always I'm getting late to, drop off the kids.
This man drives yellow buses and Uber.
Me and my wife, we both are always, whenever we go out, it's oh my God, what's going on? They are not clearing the snow at all.
One city councillor says improving traction would make a meaningful difference for drivers.
I do think there are tools out there that we are not using that we could use that would be low cost, but I know also that the budget hasn't kept up with our growth as a city.
The city's snow clearing budget is nearly $70 million a year. Jeremy Thompson, CTV News, Edmonton.
The City of Edmonton will be deploying more transit peace officers this year. The city is adding 30 officers, with the first 15 starting this month. All of the new officers will be in service by July, bringing the total number to 126. They will patrol the LRT, buses, and transit stations. The city says peace officers can do more than security guards.
The peace officers, however, can issue tickets, conduct enforcement under both bylaws and provincial acts, and make arrests in certain criminal cases. And certainly we've been partnering with the Edmonton Police Service to make sure that we have a seamless approach between our teams and theirs that are in the transit spaces.
Hiring additional peace officers was a directive from City Council last spring. Safety concerns have arisen after a recent video showed WestJet passengers struggling to fit into the airline's new, smaller seat spaces. As CTV's Miriam Valdez-Carletti reports, it's now prompting calls for new plane regulations.
Dad, can you just straighten out your legs there?
Impossible. A cramped cabin experience for an Edmonton area family is causing concerns for comfort and safety on board. The reconfigured seats were installed in a couple dozen WestJet planes last fall.
The only time you really get to understand how seat pitch works is when you have to experience it yourself.
The squishy situation is putting passengers in a tight spot for safety.
My concern is basically getting out of that seat in a packed airplane with an emergency evacuation.
They're forcing you to upgrade, basically, if you want to be able to safely fit in your seat.
Transport Canada is responsible for aviation safety. Right now, it does not regulate how much space is required between rows of seats. Aviation expert John Gradick says the issue goes beyond passengers, as it also impacts flight attendants who have to complete safety checks.
If your knees and legs and thighs basically are covering up that space, how is a flight attendant going to see where your carry-on baggage is safely stowed or not?
The union representing WestJet cabin personnel tells CTV News in part, flight attendants are concerned about the impact that increasingly confined cabin spaces may have on safety, both for passengers and for the crew responsible for conducting required safety and security checks on board. The union also says the airline made the decision without consulting or engaging with cabin crews, even after it raised concerns.
Transport Canada has not really addressed this thing publicly. They may have done it privately with WestJet, But I think that the Transport Canada should have a public statement.
Aquatic says in a competitive industry, it's likely other airlines could shrink seat room if Transport Canada doesn't act. CTV News reached out to WestJet multiple times and has not heard back. Miriam Valdez-Carletti, CTV News, Edmonton.
And CTV News has reached out to Transport Canada, and it says it is working on a response. A request to adjourn the trial for a man accused of a deadly hit and run involving a U-Haul has been denied. CTV's Amanda Anderson explains that doesn't mean the trial is going to go ahead as planned.
A 3-week-long trial was supposed to start this week here at the Wetaskiwin Courthouse. Instead, the justice was asked to adjourn it to a later date. Peter Ashby is accused in a deadly hit and run that happened in February 2024. It's alleged he was on the run from police in a U-Haul that struck and killed 45-year-old Cassandra Gartner. Today, his lawyer told the justice she needed more time to properly address last-minute evidence disclosed by the Crown, including what she calls a new report from a fingerprint expert. This is pretty big. Our tactics have changed altogether, she said. She also takes issue with witness identification evidence and says a Crown met with a witness without a third party present. I'm drafting a fulsome application for the Crown to be recused, she said. The Crown still opposed the adjournment. While he did not admit any wrongdoing, he told the court emails outlining possible solutions to the defense's concerns went unanswered. The justice refused to adjourn the trial entirely and put timelines on when certain evidence could be called. Before the trial can start, though, the court will first hear the application to have the 2 Crown prosecutors removed from the trial. Before leaving the courtroom, the justice also suggested both sides clear their calendars for the week after the trial is scheduled to end, in the event the application is denied and the trial continues. Amanda Anderson, CTV News, Wetaskiwin.
There are accusations of harassment from people trying to collect signatures for a recall petition. Molly Metcalf is organizing the recall petition against Highwood MLA R.J. Sigurdsson. Metcalf says volunteers have been harassed and she has received threatening emails and that people against the petition have taken pictures of private information. She says RCMP were notified. As of now, no investigation is underway.
I'm a generally pretty positive person, so I like to see it as just like, yeah, these people are clearly unhappy, but we're still doing something. I'd like to keep going. I would not fault any safe and decide to stop. Like, that's totally fair.
Metcalf says she only has about 500 signatures. The petition needs about 15,000. Meanwhile, a petition to recall Education Minister Dimitris Nicolaides is also short, about 10,000 signatures. An Edmonton by-election happening later this year could decide the balance of power for the federal government. CTV's Connor Hogg took an early look at the riding that could be thrust into the national spotlight very soon.
Needs to be done, so we do it. The people of Edmonton Riverbend chose Conservative MP Matt Jeneroux to represent them in April. Jeneroux announced that he would resign his seat in November, meaning a by-election could give the Liberals a majority government.
There certainly is going to be a Liberal government when there's a by-election. And it's a question whether people in the riding want to have a member who's on the government side.
Mark Minenko lost the 2025 election to Jeneroux by just over 3,000 votes. He says he intends to run again, and any extra attention to the by-election will be good for the riding.
There'll be an interesting focus on Alberta, specifically Edmonton, and on Riverbend, and the values that ridings like this across the country can bring.
I'm worried about what's going on federally, like everyone else.
People loved Matt, so it'll be tough to replace him.
University of Calgary political scientist Lisa Young says the recent resignation of Chrystia Freeland doesn't take the spotlight away from Edmonton Riverbend. She says Freeland's seat is considered something of a Liberal stronghold, while this one, if it flips, could change the balance of power for Carney's government in the House of Commons.
Certainly, I think enough things are in flux that the Liberals will presumably put a lot of effort into contesting this seat because winning would be such a prize for them. Both the Conservatives and the Liberals are presumably thinking pretty hard about who their candidate is going to be in this riding. There is going to be national attention. The stakes are going to be high.
Some people in the riding say they'll be looking at local issues.
If you're not paying attention to the price of groceries, you should go in and take a look today.
Jeneroux has indicated he'll officially resign in the spring.
For people living in the riding, they should expect to have knocks at the door sooner rather than later.
A by-election has to be called within 6 months of his resignation. Connor Hogg, CTV News, Edmonton.
After updating numbers from previous weeks, the province is now reporting 110 Albertans with the flu have died. The number of deaths this season has climbed from 73 to 110. More than 2,700 people have been hospitalized. 20% of people in the Edmonton Health Zone have been vaccinated. Overall, 19% of Albertans have been immunized. Vaccination rates are highest among seniors 65 years and older. The province says getting vaccinated is the best way to protect yourself from influenza. Patients at the Glenrose Rehabilitation Hospital have been without aquatic therapy for more than a year. Now they have a new opening date to look forward to. CTV's Merrick DeCash reports.
The pool at the Glenrose Rehabilitation Hospital has been empty since the fall of 2024.
We heard loud and clear from patients, clinicians, and families as soon as the pool was closed that this is an essential service for rehabilitation hospitals.
Today, the province made a commitment of $3.25 million to help renovate the pool. In 2023, Matt Rawlick ended up being a patient at the Glenrose after a bad reaction to antibiotics.
I had to have oxygen to assist with my breathing, and for the first several days, I had to ask the nurses to lift my phone and text my wife that I was okay because I couldn't even lift my phone.
Rawlick used the pool almost every day on his month-long road to recovery.
The pool was a quiet, comfortable place where it would alleviate the pain in my skin and my limbs. It would help with my muscle cramps, and it just gave me some quiet peace away from the general population to gather my thoughts and keep focused.
Before the closure, approximately 600 patient treatments happened in the pool each month.
Getting this pool back active is going to help support the 6,000 patients each year that have used it and benefited from it when they're recovering from a serious injury, accident, or illness.
The Glenrose Hospital Foundation says it'll raise the remaining $3.25 million required in order for the project to break ground. The province says the pool should be ready by 2028. Merrick DeCash, CTV News, Edmonton.
Local first responders and military members are trying to help Canadian Blood Services reach what it's calling its most ambitious goal ever. The organization wants to find 1 million new blood and plasma donors in Canada over the next 5 years. Local police officers, firefighters, paramedics, and military members are donating, while also encouraging people to sign up through the Sirens for Life campaign. They'll take part in donation drives throughout January. First responders often help people who will eventually need blood, so they understand the importance of donations.
We all know someone in our life, loved ones, etc., who need blood services for lots of other medical reasons too, and we just want to help step up and contribute in our way.
Because of our growing population and our aging population, we are seeing the demand for blood products go up over the next 5 years by about 10%. And then also the need for plasma is going to be going up by about 50% over the next 5 years.
Canadian Blood Services says donations usually drop during the winter because of the weather, poor road conditions, and illness. Anyone who makes a donation can enter for a chance to win a trip for two, courtesy of Air Canada. Local breweries are ready for Edmontonians to try their latest renditions of wacky and unconventional beers. Weird Beer is back for a fourth year. 19 tap rooms in the Edmonton area are offering up their quirkiest flavors. Now, this year's theme is classic monster movies. Some examples of the weirdness include Analog's Creature from the Baklava Goon, Manual Labor's The Deadly Mantis, that's made with crickets, and Bent Stick's 24 Carotene.
I think to see the other breweries continue to support it and continue to believe in it and continue to champion it. I think the best form of flattery is seeing people trust me to go ahead and brew a beer with carrots in it and turmeric and ginger.
If you collect a stamp at all of the locations, you can claim a Weird Beard chalice. The event runs until February 1st. Well, coming up next, part 2 of our installment of the crime tapes. We look at the controversial investigative technique that RCMP employed to get a confession in a double homicide.
Good evening, folks. It was another mild day today. -1 for a daytime high. Will stay just slightly below 0 for daytime highs Thursday, Friday, and then The melt is on this weekend with temperatures close to records Saturday and Monday. Full look at your forecast in just a few minutes.
The investigation into the killings of two men in the early 90s in Sherwood Park would take years before the public knew just how far investigators in the Crown would go for a conviction. Here now is David Awasik with Crime Tapes.
The controversial investigative technique that the RCMP employed against Jason Dix is called Mr. Big. Basically, an undercover sting operation designed to get confessions in cases where police lack evidence. Mounties pretended to be gangsters, and once they got friendly with Dix, they dangled easy money for him to be a lookout during what was actually fake criminal activity. They pretended to murder someone in front of him, even let him watch as they counted out $1 million in real money, all to get Dix to make admissions to the so-called head of the crime ring, Mr. Big, about his involvement in the deaths of Ordzik and Dieter. Jason Dix seemed scared by what they were doing, but the Crown wondered if he'd been tipped off. In the end, he admitted nothing. They did no better with an 11-hour-long interrogation captured on video.
Are you a parent? I asked you a question. I'm a man. Don't insult me. Did you understand what I said?
On the advice of my lawyer, I have nothing further to say.
Answer me, you parent!
While police lied to Jason Dix, they also lied to his 4-year-old son. On top of it all, they kept Dix in the remand center for nearly 2 years. During his criminal trial in 1998, a well-known prosecutor in the case misrepresented a letter at a bail hearing, claiming it was written by a jailhouse snitch, when in reality, it was authored by police officers. The prosecutor stepped down, and within months, all charges against Dix were dismissed. Here now is my former colleague, the late Janice Johnson, covering the case on the day it ended.
Jason Dix allowed himself a small smile as the judge dismissed 2 first-degree murder charges due to lack of evidence.
I feel wonderful. It's been a very long time. I had absolutely nothing to do with this.
This was like a national black eye for the RCMP. They were dogged in their pursuit of Jason Dix. So, you know, we feel betrayed. We feel betrayed by everybody involved, the justice system and the RCMP.
Spending 2 years in prison, losing my family, my wife and my daughter and my son, who I haven't seen my 2 children for over 2 years.
You know, there's been a suggestion, well, it's been hard on all the families involved, including the Dix family. Well, Jason Dix is home now, isn't he? And Dieter and Ordzik aren't coming home.
While the loved ones of the victims felt the Mounties had failed them, Jason Dix told us investigators had done him wrong as well. At that point, no one knew everything police had put him through behind bars, in an undercover sting, as well as those lengthy, loud interrogations.
Not once did I ever confess to anybody about this crime because I did not do it. It's a totally different view from the outside than it is from the inside.
Outside the remand center, Jason Dix can reflect on his life today, walking freely, no longer behind bars as the prime suspect in the murders of James Dieter and Tim Ordzik.
The only thing that kept me going was, my family, the Lord, my friends. And
Andy says he found God during his 22 months in jail. A lack of evidence led to his freedom, but the realization of what he's lost in 2 years has sunk in. Foremost, his wife and 2 children.
As far as, wanting to see my kids, yes, I do. As far as the marriage between Laurie and I don't think there's any chance of ever getting back together.
He says his formal complaint against the Crown prosecutor stems from a letter allegedly presented as evidence from a jailhouse informer.
In fact, it was written by the police. I just want this brought forth so that it can be documented and people can know about it. It's been a rough road.
And ultimately, Dix would do much more than complain about the Crown. He decided to turn the tables on his accusers, filing a multi-million-dollar civil case for malicious prosecution. It showed the public just how far the police and prosecutor went to try to get their man. That's coming up in our final chapter of the Crime Tapes.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
Welcome back. Mid-minus teens this morning, but close to the freezing mark this afternoon. It was 0 yesterday, -1 today. I think we'll be about -1 or -2 again tomorrow. I've got -2 in the forecast for Friday. Maybe we're a little bit cooler than that on Friday. There's your sunshine tomorrow morning. Cloudier further to the north, though. You get a low pressure system. It's going to bring some snow to northern parts of the province. We'll also see a bit of snow in through the foothills and the mountain parks, and some of that may roll through parts of the Red Deer region late in the day. I think it all avoids the Edmonton area tomorrow. Same for the snow on Friday. Most of it will stay well off to the north and northwest of the city, but late in the day, you may see a few flurries in and around the Edmonton region. No heavy snow in the forecast, though. There's tomorrow. Pretty similar temperatures to what we had today. Some above 0 daytime highs across the south. Get some cold air building up across the north over the next few days. And on Friday, that sinks all the way south into east central Alberta. Daytime highs here in the pink zone, somewhere in the -teens, maybe even -20s. We'll be on the edge of the cooler air. I think we're probably closer to the warm stuff, though, so that's why I'm going -2, but maybe it's only -5, which is still slightly above average. Here's the warm air flooding in from the west, though, starting Saturday, and that'll stick around through not only the back half of the weekend, but at least the first half of next week. -13 in Edmonton tomorrow morning, somewhere in the mid-teens across most of central and north central Alberta. A little colder there in high level at -26. Cold Lake as well, close to -20. Highs of around -12. Fort McMurray and Cold Lake tomorrow, about -6 or -7 in Grand Prairie. Should be in the -4 range for Red Deer. 6 to 9 degrees below 0 in Lloydminster and Coronation, and about -5 to -8 range in Jasper. So temperatures just slightly below 0 for the next 2 days here in Edmonton. 7 on Saturday. You can see the record is 8, so that's in jeopardy. I think Sunday's record is safe. Monday has the potential to be a record-setting day as well, and that warm air, as we said, sticks around at least through the middle part of next week, maybe a little bit of a cool down towards the end of next week. That is your forecast.
Now, extra precipitation over the winter is warmly welcomed by farmers in our area, especially after some recent dry summers. But as CTV's Gates Gwarn shows us, the recent heavy snowfall is causing some short-term problems.
Is this how it works? 2 old guys shoveling and the young guys in the bobcat.
Bruderheim farmer Neil Whitus is in good spirits as he helps out his neighbor. He and a few others have been helping to dig out this bag full of barley buried under several feet of snow.
Once they take the snow along the edge, it's not so bad. It's the gravity works more.
The bags are used to store excess grain. The recent snowfall means shovels, bobcats, and plows are needed to find it before it spoils.
You got to get the big drift off, or you have trouble. The bag gets too heavy and it rips, and then you got problems. Yeah.
You can see just how much snow has already been removed from the grain bag, and that's only one side. It's still going to be a few more hours before the snow is completely cleared off and the bag is ready for extraction. Whitus dug his own bags out earlier in the week, but it welcomed some uninvited guests.
You open it up and a smorgasbord we can come eat. So the first day we had the bag out, there was 1 or 2 deer came, and then the second day there was 32 deer last night come to what was left of the bag.
Birds and coyotes also took advantage of some grain that had been left over. Whitus says too many animals can pose a problem.
They're like cattle coming, like they're tame. You go out there, you slam a door, and they'll move about 10 feet and they sit there because they want to eat, eh?
And he made sure to scare them off as best as he could.
So we had these on the bags, yeah, and it had red and blue flashing lights.
There is a silver lining to all the snow that's sticking around.
Everybody's happy. We're going to looking good for moisture.
Whitus says the ground isn't frozen yet, and moisture should be able to get to where it needs to go. He's optimistic more snow will come to help with seeding.
Hopefully towards April, May, or towards March, April, you get the wet snow. So it's looking promising for everybody.
A positive mindset he continues to have while lending a hand. Gates Gwarn, CTV News, Edmonton.
That's all the time we have for tonight. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good rest of your evening. Good night.